Hello everyone, my name is Josh from WiiFolder.com, and I'm here to bring you on a video tour through all 9 of the mini-games in Mario Super Sluggers for the Wii. All these games are kind of designed to give you a lot of practice and teach you certain aspects of gameplay that you would then use in the actual baseball game. So let's go ahead and check them out. The first minigame here is called Packin' Truck. I have no idea what that name even means. But this one's going to be teaching you how to direct your pitch. So what you're going to be doing is making a pitching gesture with the Wii remote, and then using the nunchuck, the analog on the nunchuck, you're going to be directing the pitch to the left or to the right, depending on where your Piranha Plant's head is. So for example, I'm Paragoomba all the way on the side there, so I'm going to be referring to him. There, for example, I just had to throw it straight down. Here, if the Piranha Plant's head is sort of sticking up into the sky, you have to press and hold the A button and then make a throwing gesture with the Wii remote. So there's kind of 4 different ways to throw the ball in this particular minigame. There, again, I had to hold the A button to throw it. There, just throw it forward. You can also, every once in a while, every about 4 throws, you're going to build up your star meter on the bottom there. And then if you press and hold the A and B trigger before throwing the Wii remote, you can throw bob-ombs to your opponent's screen. And as you can see, it causes kind of like a puff of smoke, and it makes it more difficult for them to see where their Piranha Plant's head is. So basically, what you're trying to do in that minigame is direct your pitch into the Piranha Plant's head. And I failed. You see, I was playing the star level of that minigame, so it was a little bit more difficult. The next game here is a blooper base running minigame, which is pretty fun. And it has all 4 players running back and forth between the bases. You do this by pressing B to go clockwise or A to go counterclockwise. And as you can imagine, this is teaching you how to run back and forth between bases, which comes in pretty handy when playing the actual game. Also, the goal of this minigame is to collect as much treasure as you can possibly run into. So you have coins, which are worth 20 points, bags of coins are worth 100 points, and the treasure chests that appear on the bases are worth 200 points. In the meantime, while you're trying to do all this, you have to avoid being slapped in the face by one of the giant blooper tentacles. You'll know where they're going to land because, as you can see, little exclamation marks appear on the ground, so you kind of have to watch out for that. About halfway through the minigame, the blooper is going to go crazy, like you see here, and all players have to press whichever button appears on screen. If you don't do it in time, they're going to get knocked unconscious, and you'll lose some of your coins as well. There's also a Starman power-up. You'll see the computer just got it there. It'll just kind of randomly pop into the playfield, and if you run into it, you're going to be able to just plow through everybody and steal their coins. And I actually ended up getting first place in that. It was the flower ranking, which isn't that difficult. There's 4 different difficulty levels per minigame. Next up is a minigame called Magical Graffiti, and this one's a really fun one. I've played this one a lot with friends, mainly because you get to plow into each other and try to be the player with the paintbrush. So it's kind of like, if you've ever heard the game Smear the Queer, this is basically the Mario baseball version of it. Essentially, like I said, you want to be the player with the paintbrush because as you walk around, you're going to be painting this piece of paper. And in the end of this minigame, whichever character has the most of their color paint on the paper is going to be the winner. You can also run by shaking the Wii remote as fast as you can. That's going to come in handy when you're the actual person with the paintbrush. But as you can see, there's more to this minigame than just running around and trying to hit the person that has the paintbrush. There's also 3 different treasure chests that are going to keep falling from the sky every once in a while. And different items are going to appear in the treasure chest. You open up the treasure chest by ramming into them with the B button. For example, I'm Wiggler. I just got the big Mega Mushroom, so now I'm huge, and when I jump up with the A button, when I land, it's going to shake the ground, and as you can see, it just caused him to drop the paintbrush. Another one of the power-ups is a Chain Chomp will come up and sort of attack the players, and then the other one is a Starman, which of course allows you to just plow into everybody. So as you can see, I won, and that minigame is teaching you some gameplay that you're going to be using in the toy field mode. Alright, next up we have a minigame called Shell Catcher, and this one's really fun. I love playing this one with multiplayer. I'm going to be demoing it for you with just 1 player though. Essentially, the concept behind this one is you're going to be trying to catch the gem that's being shot out at you, and every time you do, you're going to get points for doing that. The trick, though, is that while one player is in the outfield trying to field the gem, another player is going to be shooting items out at that particular person, trying to get them to not collect the gem. And of course that person does that by pointing at the TV screen with the Wii Remote and then firing the item out with the Z button on the nunchuck. And as you can imagine, this is really fun, at least to me, because I love games where you can really mess up your friends. And like I said, this is much more interesting. I missed it there. But that one's much more interesting with 4 people, because you would keep switching off and taking turns, and it actually goes on for much longer. So yeah, that one's one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun. There's a bunch of different items you fire off at each other, and of course that's teaching you how to deal with the items in the game. Here's a minigame called Barrel Crush, and it's going to be teaching you how to direct the hit of your ball based on the time that you swing the Wii Remote. You have kind of 5 different rows here, and there's cannons that are going to be shooting out barrels at you. You have to press the A button to launch the ball, and then just kind of swing the Wii Remote. And based on the time you swing the Wii Remote, it's going to send the ball to one of those different rows. So you have a center, a far left, a far right, and then sort of a middle left and right. And if you let a barrel get to you, as you can see there, it's kind of breaking the wall. And when you let too many barrels break that wall, you're going to end up losing. But for every barrel you hit, you're going to get a point. And you can also build up combos. As you can see, I had a 4 combo, but then I missed a barrel. You can also hit bob-ombs, which will actually blow up every single barrel on the screen. And this one kind of takes a little bit of practice. But I think learning this particular minigame is going to be maybe one of the most beneficial, because when you're actually playing the real game, being able to direct the ball to a certain area is going to come in pretty handy. And I ended up winning. Mainly, wow, she's got a hell of a nice dance there. And I won mainly because I played the easiest difficulty, which is the mushroom. But that one's kind of tricky, but like I said, it's going to come in very useful.